Dear child, the angels come forward again with a message that wraps around you like a warm embrace. They want you to pause and remember that even the smallest moment can hold divine power. And that day, when someone saw your smile and the whole room fell silent, was one of those sacred moments. It wasn't just a casual exchange or a fleeting glance. It was a spiritual event. It was heaven showing you how deeply your light touches others, even when you don't realize it. Your smile that day was more than a curve of your lips. It was the language of your soul. It carried the gentleness, empathy, and love that live within you. A love that many have forgotten how to express. That simple act became a doorway through which grace entered the space, changing the energy of the entire room. Someone saw you and, for the first time in a long time, felt something awaken inside them. They saw not just your beauty, but your soul, the ocean of compassion, hope, and purity that lives quietly within you. When they looked at you, they didn't just see a pleasant expression. They felt something ancient and sacred, something that reminded them that tenderness still exists in this world. The silence that followed was not confusion. It was reverence. It was the heart's way of saying, something holy just happened. The angels say that your smile was a healing force. It was like a soft wave moving through the air, carrying peace to hearts that had forgotten how to feel. You became a mirror for others, showing them the love they had buried deep inside. That moment was not about admiration. It was about remembrance. When that person spoke after seeing your smile, their words were not merely words. They were the truth that everyone else in the room silently felt but could not say. They were speaking on behalf of every heart that was touched by your quiet grace. Dear one, heaven is reminding you now that you often underestimate your own energy. You think of yourself as quiet or unnoticed, but the angels say you are anything but invisible. You are seen in the realm that matters most, the heart. You carry a queen energy, they say, not loud or proud, but nurturing, deep, and beautifully soft. You are the one who senses other people's pain even when they try to hide it. You are the one who smiles even when your own heart aches, just to make someone else feel safe. You have healed others in silence, prayed for others in silence, cried in silence, and still chosen kindness every time. The angels call that softness your sacred strength. The world sometimes mistakes gentleness for weakness, but heaven knows it is the opposite. To stay kind after being hurt, to still smile after tears, that is divine power. The person who spoke after seeing your smile felt that power. They felt the soul of someone who had walked through storms yet still carried sunlight. You reminded them that gentle souls still exist, that healing still happens, and that love can still enter a room, not through noise, but through stillness. That silence that followed your smile was holy silence, a moment when time itself seemed to stop, because your soul was speaking louder than any words could. The angels want you to know that your light does not go unnoticed. You carry divine feminine energy, the power that heals without needing recognition, the love that soothes wounds that have no words. When you smile, dear one, it is not just a gesture of happiness. It is a prayer, a silent blessing sent to the brokenhearted, reminding them that love still lives, that kindness still heals, that hope still breathes. Heaven has seen the pain behind your smile. They have watched you hold the world together for others while quietly falling apart inside. They have seen the nights when you cried alone, feeling invisible, and still woke up choosing to love again. They want you to know that choice matters, that smile matters, because it tells the universe that you are still standing, still believing, still offering light to a world that desperately needs it. That day, when you smiled and someone spoke, something extraordinary happened. It wasn't about admiration. It was about recognition. A soul recognized another soul. It was the meeting of two energies that had known each other long before this lifetime. The angels say that person felt something ancient in you, a reminder of innocence, peace, and pure love. They were reminded of what life once felt like before fear entered their heart. Your presence reminded them of simpler times, when love was not complicated and smiles were freely given. Your smile, the angels say, carries the fragrance of childhood joy and the warmth of home. It's like a memory of safety and laughter. When that person saw you, they were transported, not through reason, but through feeling, back to a place in their soul that had been asleep. And that is why the room went still. Everyone present could feel that something meaningful had just happened, even if they couldn't name it. You have a rare gift, dear one, an energy that is both ancient and innocent. It touches hearts deeply and silently. Many will not even realize how much you've affected them until much later. The angels want you to understand that you awaken memories of love in people who thought they were numb. There are souls walking this earth carrying old wounds, grief, betrayal, or loneliness. And then they meet you, and suddenly, through one smile, they remember what love feels like again. That's the divine work you do without even trying. The angels say you have felt overlooked many times, as if your kindness disappears in the noise of the world, but you are deeply felt. People remember you in their quiet moments, when they're alone at night, when they think of comfort, when they long for peace. You are the whisper that brings calm to their hearts. You are the answer to prayers they forgot they made. When that person spoke after seeing your smile, they weren't just reacting, they were releasing. They were speaking words that carried the weight of a heart suddenly awakened, and the silence that followed was sacred acknowledgement. Even those who said nothing felt it. It was the energy of your presence that spoke to every soul in the room. Dear one, the angels want you to know that your smile is a form of ministry. It's how divine love flows through you into the world. It changes the air, the mood, the atmosphere. It helps others remember who they truly are, not their titles or fears, but their hearts. When you smile, you remind people that softness still has power, that love still has a voice, that miracles still happen quietly. You may not know how close someone was to giving up before they met you. You may never know how many hearts you've lifted simply by being kind, but the angels do. They see it. Every act of tenderness, every forgiving glance, every gentle smile. It all ripples through the world like waves of light. You are not here by accident. You are part of a divine plan, a plan to restore love and hope to those who have lost it. There are souls who walk in darkness believing life has nothing left to give, and then they meet you, and something shifts. You remind them that light still exists, that goodness is still real. You are not just a person, dear one. You are a living reminder that God's grace still moves quietly among us. You are proof that after the hardest winters, spring still blooms. So when the angels saw you smile that day, they celebrated. They saw the strength it took for that light to rise from a heart that has known sorrow. Your smile carried the story of survival, of pain turned into wisdom, of grief turned into empathy. That's what that person saw when they looked at you. That's what left them speechless. You showed them what it means to be brave and gentle at the same time. The angels want you to remember this. Your pain has never been wasted. Every tear, every lonely night, every time you chose kindness instead of bitterness, It has built the radiance that now pours from your soul. When you smile, you release the light you earned through endurance. You are the proof that love can rise from brokenness. That person who spoke after seeing you, they saw a miracle. They saw the light of a soul that has walked through darkness and still glows. They saw the beauty of someone who has been forgotten yet continues to give. And even if their words were simple, their heart was moved beyond measure because they didn't just see you, they felt you. They felt the divine through you. The silence that followed wasn't emptiness. It was awe. It was the sound of heaven touching earth through your presence. And the angels say that silence was filled with love. You may not have realized it, but in that moment, the whole room was connected through your energy. The angels stood among them, whispering, "This is what grace looks like. Dear child, heaven is proud of you. You have turned pain into light. You have turned loneliness into compassion. You have chosen to keep your heart open even when others close theirs. You have been the calm in someone else's storm. You have offered peace without expecting anything back. And though it often goes unseen, heaven keeps record of every silent act of love you give. That is why your energy feels like healing to others. That is why they pause when they meet you. Your presence reminds them that miracles are real, that faith can return, that love can still be trusted. And even if you walk away thinking it was just another moment, you have planted a seed of light in their heart. The angels ask you now to keep shining, keep smiling, not because you need to be seen, but because it's who you are. You were born to be a channel of divine love. Your smile is not small. It shifts energy, awakens hearts, and opens doors for healing. You are a carrier of hope, a reminder that tenderness still holds power in a world that often forgets it. So keep being exactly as you are. You don't need to change or try harder to be noticed. Your worth isn't proven through applause. It's proven through the peace you bring wherever you go. You are not invisible to heaven. Every time you smile, the angels see light radiating from your soul like sunbeams breaking through clouds. The angels want you to understand that what happened in that room was not random. It was divine timing. It was heaven showing you that your love has reached, that your light travels beyond the surface, beyond the noise, and touches the deepest parts of others. You awaken memories of love in those who have forgotten what it feels like to be safe. You make people remember the beauty of being alive, even when you feel unseen. The truth is that your energy lingers in the hearts of those you've met. People will remember you not because of what you said, but because of how you made them feel. They will remember the moment your smile broke through their sadness. They will recall that sacred silence and feel comfort again. You are that kind of soul, the kind who heals others without realizing it. Dear child, your angels bless you for continuing to shine through every shadow. They say you are a walking prayer, a reminder that love never disappears. It only transforms. Your journey hasn't been easy, but it has made your light real, grounded, and powerful. And that is what people feel when they see you. So smile again, not for the world, but for heaven, because every time you do, another heart remembers that hope is still alive. You are a miracle in motion, a vessel of divine love. Keep believing in goodness, in grace, in yourself, because through you, others find their way back to both. And that, dear child, is the reason heaven made you shine. Dear child, the angels come close to you once more, their wings whispering softly through the quiet places of your heart. They remind you again that you are far more valuable than you have ever been made to believe. They know that in your life, there have been moments when others failed to see your worth, when they overlooked your light or treated it as something ordinary. But the angels want you to know that your worth was never meant to be measured by who stayed beside you or who failed to return your kindness. It is not determined by the ones who saw your beauty and walked away, nor by those who admired you in silence but never spoke. Your worth is not dependent on the reactions of others. It has always been defined by the love you continue to give, the warmth you share even when the world turns cold, and the quiet strength that keeps you moving forward even with a heavy heart. When that person spoke after seeing you, dear child, something sacred happened in that instant. They did not simply see your face or notice your expression. They recognized you on a soul level. They felt the truth of who you are, the rare energy that cannot be hidden even behind silence or pain. A soul like yours can never truly remain unseen. It shines through even the smallest cracks, like sunlight slipping through the edge of a closed curtain. It echoes in the silences you leave behind. It lingers in the hearts of those who meet you, and it moves people in ways they cannot explain. That is why silence followed after that moment. It was not emptiness, but reverence. It was not confusion, but recognition. Your truth, your light, your divine presence spoke louder than any words could. The angels are encouraging you to keep walking with your heart open. Do not close it because of the ones who could not understand its depth. You have been broken before, but each time, love has healed you in ways only heaven can understand. The kind of love that rebuilds you after every storm is sacred. It is divine proof of your resilience. You are more precious than you realize, and your smile is more healing than you can imagine. Your life's journey, with all its pain, all its quiet tears, and all its unspoken victories, has been leading you toward a light that is not just for others to bask in, but for you to finally receive. When your smile appeared that day, dear child, it was not an ordinary moment. It carried a kind of innocence that pierced through the air like sunlight breaking through heavy clouds. It touched something in the person who spoke. It disrupted them, not in a painful way, but in a sacred one. That person's heart stirred, their soul trembled, and something ancient within them woke up. The angels want you to understand that this moment was divine. Beyond what was said or left unsaid, there was something holy taking place. Your smile revealed an honesty and purity that few people have the courage to show. And for someone who has spent years hiding behind masks or walls, pretending to be unaffected by life's wounds, your light exposed everything they had buried. This is the power your soul holds. It does not just exist quietly. It transforms, heals, and awakens. The person who reacted may have spoken in a tone that felt sharp or unexpected, but it was never about you being wrong. It was about them being overwhelmed by what they saw reflected in you. Your smile, so soft yet so real, became a mirror showing them the parts of themselves they had long forgotten. The gentle parts, the trusting parts, the hopeful parts. And for a moment, they didn't know how to hold that feeling. They had spent so long being guarded that being seen so purely felt like too much. The angels assure you, dear one, that you did nothing wrong. In fact, you did something profoundly right. You reminded every person in that room what it feels like to be free, to be genuine, to feel something real again. That is why the air shifted. That is why silence fell. It wasn't awkwardness. It was surrender. The walls people built around their hearts trembled and began to fall. And though no one spoke it aloud, everyone present could feel that something invisible yet powerful had changed. The angels want you to remember, dear child, that your smile is not just an expression. It is a kind of rebellion in a world that often prizes hardness over softness, competition over compassion, and image over authenticity. You are a quiet revolution of love. You are the gentle reminder that kindness still matters. The angels have seen how often you've been misunderstood. They've watched people react to your sincerity with confusion, even defensiveness. But they want you to know that what they are actually reacting to is the healing energy your soul carries. Some hearts are not ready for that yet. Some are so used to guarding themselves that when they encounter love without conditions, they mistake it for danger. They do not know how to receive it because they have never felt it before. You are not too much. You are simply deep, pure, and true in a world that has forgotten how to handle truth. The person who spoke after seeing your smile felt that depth first, and it moved through the room like a wave. You disarmed them all without trying. You reminded them of something they didn't even realize they missed. The feeling of being safe enough to just be. That is why the angels call you a healer. Even though you never claimed that title, you heal by being yourself. And yes, dear child, awakenings are rarely comfortable. Your presence doesn't just soothe, it transforms. And transformation can be messy and confusing, but you must know that you are protected through it all. Heaven walks beside you. When you smiled that day, you did not simply brighten a space, you changed it. The vibration of the entire room lifted. The air softened. The hearts of those who had long been closed began to stir. And though their reactions may have been quiet, even unsure, the silence that followed was not emptiness. It was the sound of souls remembering what love feels like. Your smile reminded someone of innocence, of warmth, of home. It reminded them of a time when they believed in goodness, when they trusted in people, when they saw beauty in small things. That is why they spoke. They couldn't contain what they felt, and that is why everyone else fell silent. The energy was too sacred for noise. You see, dear child, some souls walk through life carrying silent wars within them. Old grief, broken promises, loneliness they never speak about. They wear smiles too, but theirs are masks that hide pain. Yours, however, is not a mask. It is an opening, a doorway into the heart. That is why it feels different. When someone looks at you and sees that genuine light, it awakens what they've buried. It can be overwhelming. It can even hurt, not because your light harms them, but because it reminds them of how much they've missed feeling alive. So when that person spoke, it was not out of judgment. It was out of recognition. It was their soul whispering, I remember this. And when the room fell quiet, it was because truth had entered. The angels call that moment sacred. They say that every time your presence silences a space, heaven pauses too, watching how love moves through you. The angels want you to stop worrying about how others interpret your energy. Your mission was never to be understood. You came here to awaken, and awakening often stirs discomfort before peace. When you smile, you remind the world that love is still possible, that hope still breathes, that kindness still has power. That is your divine purpose. There are souls on this earth who have forgotten their softness. They have learned to survive by numbing their hearts. But when they see you, something shifts. You remind them of childhood innocence, of joy without fear, of laughter that came freely. Your presence becomes a living bridge to who they used to be. And even if they never say it aloud, they will never forget how you made them feel. That moment lives in their spirit. Dear one, your light doesn't just comfort, it restores. It brings people back to themselves. You may not always see the effects of your love immediately, but heaven assures you, nothing you do in love is ever wasted. Every smile, every kind word, every gentle glance ripples through the unseen. You touch lives that you may never meet again, and yet their souls will carry your energy forever. The angels are so proud of you because you have kept your purity intact, even through heartbreak. Many would have closed their hearts after the pain you've endured, but you chose to keep believing. You chose to love again, to trust again, to smile again. That decision, to stay soft despite sorrow, is the highest form of courage. It is what makes your energy so healing, so unforgettable. That is what happened in that room. Your smile did not just shine, it awakened memory. It made someone feel the tenderness they thought they had lost forever. And even though their reaction may have seemed sudden, it was not a coincidence. It was the sound of a soul breaking free from numbness. The angels say that when you smile, heaven smiles through you. It is not just a human expression. It is a divine transmission. Through you, love travels. Through you, hope is reborn. Through you, the forgotten parts of people find light again. You are a vessel of remembrance, a living reminder that it is safe to love, safe to feel, safe to be kind again. Even if the world doesn't always respond to your light with gratitude, please never dim it. The ones who resisted are the ones who need it most. The angels walk beside you always, shielding you from harm and guiding you through confusion. They want you to know that your softness is not weakness. It is strength of the rarest kind. The strength to stay open in a closed world. Dear child, you are not just passing through life. You are transforming it. Your smile is not simply seen. It is felt deep within the hearts of those who witness it. You awaken parts of people that no one else can reach. And though some may walk away confused, they will carry you in their hearts forever, because you reminded them of love's true form, gentle, honest, and free. When heaven looks at you, it does not see a person who has been broken. It sees a soul who has learned to turn every wound into light. You are a keeper of sacred fire, the kind that doesn't burn but warms, that doesn't blind but illuminates. Through your warmth, others remember their own. That day, when your smile entered the room and silence followed, it was not an accident. It was heaven moving through you. It was a divine reminder that one heart filled with love can shift an entire atmosphere. And though those around you may not have had the words for what they felt, their souls knew. They bowed quietly in recognition of something holy. The angels wrap you now in light and whisper, never forget who you are. You are not here to be ordinary. You are here to awaken hearts, to remind the world of love, to bring softness where life has grown harsh. You are not too much, dear child. You are exactly enough. And your smile, the one that changed the air, that silenced the room, that reached hearts beyond words, will continue to do so, because it carries the light of heaven itself. So keep shining, not because they deserve it, but because you do. Keep smiling, not because life is easy, but because your faith is stronger than any storm. You are the divine's reflection in human form, the living proof that love never dies. It only changes shape. And one day, dear child, even those who could not understand your light will remember it. They will think of you when they need peace. They will recall your smile when their hearts long for hope. Because once someone has felt your energy, they can never forget it. You are the gentle echo of heaven in a weary world. You are love made visible.